and welcome back to ctla Chronicles. I know this isn't like a regular podcast setting, but whatever. I wanted to kind of talk about what life before transplant looked like for me, because I look completely different. And I don't mean like physically, I guess I do look different, but my whole life has changed. But before transplant, I couldn't do most things. I was kind of just stuck on the couch or in bed because I was in so much pain all the time. And my joints didn't work. My joints were inflamed. I couldn't use my hands. I used to bake cakes and I had to stop doing that because it got to the point where it was literally debilitating. And then my body started to attack my muscles and I couldn't even do my hair. But even just putting my hair up into a ponytail was hard. Doing my makeup was difficult. I couldn't pick my kids up. And just regular everyday tasks were almost impossible. And now I'm 240 days post-transplant. And everything's completely different. I can paddleboard. Yesterday I went golfing. I did 9 holes of golf with my dad, and then I went paddleboarding with the group that I go with weekly. And I'm very tired today, and my body is tired. But I would not have been able to do this a year ago. So that's amazing. That's incredible to think about. My body was not processing energy and food the right way. I did develop type 1 diabetes in June of last year, but it was more than that. I was eating and taking my medications and doing all the things that I should have been doing, and my body just wasn't processing it anymore. It was it was just done and was shutting down. And that's scary to think about. I'm trying to think. There's so much that I had 7 different autoimmune diseases before I went to transplant, and now they're all cured. And I have physical scarring from some of them, but at this point, who cares about scars? I get to live my life, and I get to be active and do things I haven't been able to do in years. And I used to be able to work out. I was lifting weights at one point, and I was in great shape back in 2021. And then at the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, it just everything changed, and I couldn't work out. Every time I exercised or did anything that was strenuous, it would throw me into a flare where just my entire body would be inflamed head to toe. My lab work was crap. The doctors couldn't figure it out. We just kept adding medications. I was on high dose steroids. I was on some pretty risky medications. And some of them helped, but nothing worked to stop this endless cascade of debilitating disease, and it was miserable. I even had doctors when they couldn't figure things out. I don't know if I really want to call it medical gaslighting, but it was definitely not the best medical practice that should have been had. I remember I went to one doctor and he told me I should be grateful that the morphia that I had was on my back because I could just cover it up, and it's that doesn't help the fact that it's eating away at my muscles and making it incredibly difficult to use my arms. And I still have permanent pain and damage and stuff in the muscles in my back because of this. So it's not just cosmetic, but I digress. I don't, there's not a lot of people with CTLA4 haploinsufficiency or deficiency or whatever you want to call it. In general, just a few hundred of us, 600 or so. And I don't know. I don't think that people talk about how debilitating this disease can be. And all while you're expected to go on living a regular, normal life. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you could be dying and still have to go to work and still have to, take care of your family and everything else that you have going on when you can't even take care of yourself. I even had some people tell me that I shouldn't have gone through the bone, before I went through the transplant, that I shouldn't have done it because I had kids to take care of. And I couldn't take care of them before transplant because I was so sick. So taking a few months to try to recover from this, it's a year, but I'm doing so well right now, I'm saying a few months. It's been life changing, and it was the best decision I could have made, and it happened at the best time, I think, for me, because I declined so fast. And my team up in Boston was so quick. I met with them in November and started my transplant process in the beginning of January. So it was very, very quick. I don't even think I had time to process it. I think I'm still processing things. But if you've had a bone marrow transplant and you've had one for an immune deficiency or something else that's rare, please comment below, because I would love to hear about it, and I'd love to be able to share it on our channel. So thanks for tuning in.